I request all of you to rise and welcome Honorable Dr. Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, the Chief Justice of India. All of you are welcome to the inaugural function of the online e-inspection facility of the High Court of Delhi. We warmly welcome Honorable Dr. Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, the Honorable Chief Justice of India. We are grateful to His Lordship for coming here to grace the occasion and encourage the information and communication technology initiatives taken by the High Court of Delhi. I request all of you to give a thunderous applause to welcome Lordship. Now I request our Honorable Chief Justice, Delhi High Court, to present a bouquet and a potted plant to welcome the Honorable Chief Justice of India. I also welcome Honorable Mr. Justice Satish Chandra Sharma, the Chief Justice, Delhi High Court, and request Justice Sanjeev Narula, Judge High Court of Delhi and Member Information Technology Committee, to welcome the Lordship. I also welcome Honorable Mr. Justice Rajiv Shagdar, the Chairman, Information Technology Committee, High Court of Delhi, the Honorable Member Judges of the Information Technology Committee, and the Honorable Judges of the High Court of Delhi, Mr. Mohit Mathur, the President, Delhi High Court Bar Association, and the other dignitaries who have spared their precious time to come here and grace the occasion. I will request all of you to please rise and remain standing for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उज्जल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
I would request Honorable Mr. Justice Sanjeev Sachdeva, Member Information Technology Committee, High Court of Delhi, to deliver his welcome address.
Good evening, all of you. I'm extremely overwhelmed to get this opportunity to welcome you all on this momentous occasion of our High Court, where we shall be a witness to yet another first from the Delhi High Court in making access to justice a reality. We shall be witnessing the first court to provide e-inspection of the digital records of the cases. This would be yet another step in meeting the long-standing demand of the bar and the litigants, and would aid the judges in dispensation of justice. On behalf of the Delhi High Court, I welcome our chief guest, Honorable the Chief Justice of India, Dr. Justice D.Y. Chandrachud. Honorable the Chief Justice is the force behind the digital revolution of our courts. He has been instrumental in ensuring access to justice through digital reforms in India. We are grateful to him for accepting our invitation and inaugurating this function. We warmly welcome you, Chief Justice, to this event. It is also my honor to welcome the Chief Justice of the Delhi High Court, Mr. Justice Satish Chandra Sharma, who has always encouraged us and led us from the front in achieving greater heights. We welcome you, sir, to this function. I would also like to welcome my brother and sister judges of the Delhi High Court, who always encourage the IT team of the Delhi High Court in attempting to do newer things. I also warmly welcome Mr. Chetan Sharma, Additional Solicitor General of India, members of the Bar Council of Delhi, senior advocates, Mr. Mohit Mathur, President, Mr. Sandeep Sharma, Secretary of the Delhi High Court Bar Association, district and session judges, judicial officers of the district court, advocates, officers of the registry, and other staff of the High Court present here today. Before we carry on the event, I would like to give my regards and appreciation to all who have made this occasion a reality and this institution a success. This could not have been possible without the sheer contribution of all of you, especially the IT team. We all are a part of this institution due to our shared passion for the vision of the institution. Our passion unites us and our hard work strengthens the institution. On that note, may I request Honorable the Chief Justice of India to inaugurate the online e-inspection software.
Thank you, sir, for your kind address. Now I will request our Chief Guest, Honorable Dr. Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, the Chief Justice of India, to bless our endeavors, to do the honors, and inaugurate the online e-inspection facility at the High Court of Delhi. A big round of applause, please. Online e-inspection facility is developed by the in-house IT team of High Court of Delhi under the stewardship of Lordship Justice Shagdar, and we are pleased and honored that Honorable Chief Justice of India has come here to inaugurate it. Guided by the vision and leadership of His Lordship, the online e-inspection facility is able to see the light of the day. The IT team of the High Court of Delhi is nurtured and mentored by the virtuoso leadership of His Lordship. I take immense pleasure and pride in requesting Honorable Mr. Justice Rajiv Shagdar, Judge and Chairman, Information Technology Committee, High Court of Delhi, to deliver the special address on this special occasion. Lordship.
Honorable Dr. Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, Chief Justice of India, Honorable Mr. Justice Satish Chandra Sharma, Chief Justice, Delhi High Court, my colleagues in the IT Committee, Honorable Mr. Justice Sanjeev Sachdeva, Honorable Mr. Justice Sanjeev Narola, Honorable Mr. Justice Talwant Singh, my colleagues on the bench, members of the E-Committee from the Supreme Court who've attended the function today graciously. Accepted our invitation. The President of the Bar, Mr. Mohit Mathur, Mr. Sandeep Sharma, Honorary Secretary, Mr. Amit Chadda, Treasurer, Delhi High Court Bar Association, Principal District and Session Judges, and other judges of the District Judiciary who have also convened today for the function, the Chairman and Honorary Secretary of the Bar Council of Delhi, President and executive members of all district court bar associations, senior advocates, Mr. Chandyog, I can see him in the audience. He was in court today and I requested him and he's graciously accepted our invite, and other senior advocates who are here. Advocates, members and officials of the registry, members of the press, media, ladies and gentlemen. It's actually heartening to see such large numbers convene here to welcome the Chief Justice. There was a little bit of a speculation yesterday as to how this function got morphed, so to say, from an online function to a physical function. There's a little bit of a, let's say, a backstory. We had actually prepared this application some time back, but given the fact that the Honorable CJI was transcending from his job as a judge of the Supreme Court to that of the Chief Justice, there was a little constraint of time. Finally, I met him at a function and I literally buttonholed him and said, Chief, I need 1 day and 15 to 20 minutes of your time to have this function. But I didn't have the heart to tell him we'll have a physical function because I knew the time constraints on time constraints that were there. So he looked at me and he said, okay, Rajiv, we'll have it on the 24th on Tuesday. I said, fine, we'll do it. And then, of course, I got to know last week that he was traveling. Some of us were traveling. Justice Manmohan and I were traveling. We'd gone to Varanasi for a function. And then when I came back, and this was kind of, you know, as a judge, everything stays in your mind, whether it's your judicial work, your administrative work. So I wanted to talk to him about the logistics. So I was trying to get in touch with him, and suddenly in the morning when I was reading my files, I get a call from his office and they connect me, and he comes onto the phone and says, yes, Rajiv, what is to be done? And I said, so while we are meeting for an online function, would you consider coming here physically? And for two reasons. One, that it will greatly enthuse the IT team. And secondly, you would have an opportunity to meet the Delhi High Court Bar Association members. And within a second, he said, yes, I'll be there for a physical function. So that's the backstory that as to why in 24 hours we moved from an online function to a physical function. Now that was as far as my mea culpa or my sharing of how it happened. There was no magic to it. The more important thing is, what is this software application about? The software application is basically a small but a significant step in enhancing the digital environment that we've created in the Delhi High Court. I don't need to tell my colleagues that we've moved, if you look at stages, these are like blocks, from digitization of our files to paperless courts. We were 3 courts in the beginning in 2009, and there were only 3 jurisdictions. From there, we moved to VC hearings, and like every other court, we got this great opportunity of enhancing our strengths. And since we were early birds, and I've said that at every forum, the credit for that also should go to our, let's say, forebears, seniors who preceded us. We were able to meet the challenge, not to put pat ourselves too much on the back, but certainly we did much better than other high courts. In fact, I was comparing the statistics. The Chief Justice has it because, these statistics are circulated amongst courts, that even though we have 11 districts, we did more VCs than other courts, which are the presidency courts, which have 3 times the districts, in sheer number of VCs that were done by us during the COVID period and thereafter. So as I said, from a stage of digitization to paperless courts to VC hearings, this little step completes the digital environment, because now, sitting at home or in your office, you can actually inspect an entire digitized file. You have to give the court, that minimum time. If the file is not digitized or digitized, they will look at your application, approve it, and it will be available for you. You have the added advantage of storing that file, which is given to you in a PDF format, and then use it whenever you want. So, as I say, we'll be literally on the same page, which is so difficult to achieve in court at times. And, I have page number 100, the other fellow has page number 150, etc., etc. And of course, the other add-ons that they are there, which are already there, some of them are there and some we need to add. We are ready for it under the able guidance of the CGI. We have on the anvil the live streaming apparatus. The IT committee in the Delhi High Court took a conscious decision that we are not going to live stream till we have the requisite wherewithal ready for us for a viable live streaming, because a lot of my colleagues have shared these concerns. You have live streaming and then it's on a platform which is not controlled by us, which is on YouTube, then clips are made and there are all kinds of comments that judges have to face. So we are moving in that direction as well. Virtual courts is an add-on which all of you know, and we have collected so much in terms of share fine and added to the coffers, so to say, of the government. And what I have in mind, and this is something that I've again shared with the CDI, is to have a BCP plan, which is a business continuity plan. Now, you would know COVID was a disastrous situation. I have been telling my team, what happens if we have an earthquake and we are not able to access the High Court building? How would we operate within 24 hours? Every such institution has a business continuity plan. So we are working on that. There will be a day not too far where we can actually operate from remote locations. Our servers will be in other part of the country, wherever. And with this kind of a digital environment, we'll be able to do. So therefore, while it may seem something very, very, small, but it is certainly, according to me, a very significant and a very, very important link in this chain. Under the Chief Justice, therefore, we have worked according to his credo, which is, you should have an e-system which is accessible, which is inclusive, and which is effective. The policy guidelines are framed by him. He's been doing it while he was a judge, now that he's the Chief Justice. But the important thing is, and I can tell you from experience, that it's a decentralized approach. Judges of various high courts have been included in various committees to knock their heads together, so to speak, and come up with good solutions. So we have a neutral citations committee. We have a committee for execution of the phase 3 of the Supreme Court, where we have members of the E-Committee who are there from all over the country. It's not just, in fact, there are people from Madras, there are people from Kerala, the people from Punjab. And then this is something which is transcended because of what the Chief Justice has been doing in other committees of the Supreme Court also. Therefore, we get wisdom from all four corners. So, but I must say, and that none of this would have been possible in the Delhi High Court without the stupendous efforts of the IT team. Therefore, I have requested the Chief Justice, which is something that I have sort of disclosed to him only in the green room. And if you are wondering why we took so much of time, that's the other reason. I had to get him to sign certificates, which we intend to give to people who have been working in the IT committee. That being said, I must also recognize, because what happens in every high court, the committees change, and I must recognize the contribution of the erstwhile members of the committee, Justice Pratibha Singh, Justice Naveen Chawla. Have I missed out anyone else? Naveen? Pratibha? Huh? In the recent past, we were the ones, and with Sanjeev, Narula, and Talwant being brought on board. So it's a continuum. What I'm trying to impress upon the members of my bar who are younger, that please ensure that the baton gets passed. I mean, I'm here. I'll be out in another year, whatever is left of my time, but it is a continuum, and baton needs to be passed. Younger members need to be given the ethos that we have had from our seniors. So, without much ado, can I, Abhilash, request you to show that clip so that the CGI has an idea as to how the system works. The IT team is requested to continue.
For online inspection, open this URL. If you are a new user, click here and register yourself by entering the required information. To read instructions for availing online e-inspection of digitized judicial files, click here. Existing users may log in by entering their registered mobile number and the security code given on the screen. Now, enter the OTP received on both the registered mobile number as well as registered email ID. Now, enter the case details, that is, the case type, case number and case year. Click Search button and necessary case information will appear below. Enter whether you are counsel or party. If the e-court fee is already purchased, then click Yes and enter the e-court fee number. If the court fee is exempted, then click No and enter the reason for exemption. In order to purchase the e-court fee, click this link and purchase the e-court fee through this portal. Click Submit button. Your application for e-inspection will then be received for scrutiny. A reference number will also be provided to the user through SMS and email. You can check the status of your application by clicking the Inbox button on the dashboard. Your application for e-inspection will be received by the Scrutiny Assistant of Delhi High Court for further necessary action at his end. After approval, the user will receive an email with a link to download the PDF file for e-inspection. The password to open the PDF file will be received on the registered mobile number of the user through SMS.
So, ladies and gentlemen, just one more minute. Avinash, can you show that clip? What is the immediate gain of this system? How many man-hours have we saved?
Right.
We can't get the footfall that has been reduced, but just see that.
IT team, can you please show that slide showing the data?
Oh, we have seen that. Okay. Yeah, there's one error there. I don't know whether you people noticed that, which is in the last column, I had insisted it should be man-women hours, and this continue to write man-hours. Our officials, despite at every step we try and sensitize them, but I guess this is also a learning process. So more power to our judges, women and men judges, and more power to our IT team. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank you, my lordship, for guiding, mentoring, and nurturing the thoughts of the IT team of this High Court. And being a part of the IT team, I must say that without your encouragement, it would not have been possible for us to deliver this. Thank you, lordship. Now I'll request Honorable Chief Justice of India and Honorable Chief Justice Delhi High Court to deliver the certificates to the officials from the IT branch who have worked hard, who have toiled hard to deliver all the ICT initiatives, enhancing the access to justice for the litigants and advocates. So now I would like to firstly call the captain from the registry, our registrar IT, Mr. H.K. Arora. Mr. Ravinder Kumar Sharma, Registrar Digitization. Mr. Rajiv Kumar Chauhan, Joint Registrar IT.
Mr. Abhilash Malhotra, CPC. Ms. Deepti Chabra, Deputy Registrar IT. Mr. Sasij Kumar, Director IT. Mr. Robinjit Singh, Deputy Registrar CPC.
Mr. Ajay Kumar Rana, Assistant Registrar IT. Mr. Zameem Ahmed Khan, Joint Director IT, the backbone of our IT infrastructure. Ms. Jyoti Sachdeva, AOJ IT. Mr. Shashi Bhushan, AOJ IT. Mr. Salman Taimuri, Senior System Analyst. Mr. Ankit Pandey, Senior System Analyst. Mr. Javed Akhtar, System Analyst. Mr. Kapil Kumar, System Analyst. Mr. Deep Chandra Harbola, System Analyst. Mr. Ravi Shankar Parashar, SJA. Mr. Kishore Vaman Patil, Network Administrator. Mr. Varun Deshwal, JJA Technical. Mr. Kuldeep, JJA Technical. Mr. Vipin Pawar, JJA Technical. I thank my Lordship for distribution of the certificates to the IT team and encouraging and motivating them. Now, I will humbly request our head of the family, Honorable Mr. Justice Satish Chandra Sharma, the Chief Justice, High Court of Delhi, to guide us and deliver the keynote address for the House.
Honorable Dr. Justice D.Y. Chanchud, the Chief Justice of India, Justice Rajiv Shagdar, Justice Sanjeev Sachdeva, Justice Sanjeev Narula, Justice Talwant Singh, members of Information Technology Committee, my sister and brother judges of Delhi High Court, Shri Mohit Mathur, President Delhi High Court Bar Association, and other office bearers, senior advocates, officers and officials of the registry, officers of the Supreme Court Registry, I can see Kani Mozi sitting there, officers from NIC, members of the bar, and all others who are in attendance today. I wish you all a very good evening. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have amongst us the Chief Justice of India, who has been a pioneer in India's story of technological advancement in law. Justice Chanchud has constantly advanced the vision of greater access to justice through effective use of technology in the judicial process. Even during the COVID times, Justice Chanchud, as the chairperson of E-Committee of the Honorable Supreme Court of India, guided us in shifting to virtual hearings as an equally effective mode of justice delivery. I am reminded of Alexander Graham Bell, who famously said, "When one door closes, another door opens. But we often look so long and so regretful upon the closed door that we do not see the ones that have opened for us." Technology has opened new doors for us, and I can proudly observe that we have transformed a crisis into an opportunity to institutionalize greater access to justice through technology. Today, our courts are efficiently guided by the e-courts platform, case information systems, e-filings, hybrid hearings, and with the launch of e-inspection software today, we are stepping into an advanced stage of digital revolution in law. I say so because digitization of services is an integral aspect of digitization of courts. Not so long ago, we must remember, there was a time when the concept of online courts was seen with an emotion of what Richard Susskind called as irrational rejectionism. There was a sense of reluctance from all quarters. Although the history of e-courts project demonstrates that a march towards technology began long ago, we learned to embrace new technology in full measure only after crisis. Today, the meaning of online courts is expanding and taking within its sweep substantial aspects of courts, services, and judicial process. We must acknowledge that technology is going to be an integral determinator of future of justice, and complex elements of a judicial process can be simplified using technology. I must also say that technology instills public faith as it simplifies the process and enables the public to understand better. I congratulate the Information Technology Committee, lawyers and litigants for the launch of this much-needed e-inspection software. I'm certain that it will not only secure better access to justice, but also ensure transparency in maintaining the judicial record. I thank Honorable the Chief Justice of India for sparing some valuable time from his schedule and joining us here today. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Thank you, my Lordship, for your kind blessings and support to the initiatives taken by the Honorable IT Committee of this court. I know all of us are waiting anxiously to hear my Lordship, Honorable Dr. Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, the Chief Justice of India, to share his views and guide us by his wonderful thoughts. Now I humbly request our Chief Guest, Honorable Dr. Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, the Chief Justice of India, to grace the occasion by delivering the inaugural address.
Honorable Justice Satish Chandra Sharma, Chief Justice of the Delhi High Court, Justice Rajiv Shakdar, Chairman of the IT Committee, Justice Sanjeev Sachdeva, Justice Talwant Singh, Justice Sanjeev Narula, Mr. Mohit Mathur, President of the Delhi High Court Bar Association, all my very distinguished and esteemed colleagues who are judges of the High Court, senior advocates, members of the registry, and all the dignitaries present here. I'm delighted to be present here this evening to inaugurate the latest online e-inspection software. It is heartening to see familiar faces from the bench and the bar who have joined us today, both virtually as well as physically in the auditorium. Just last month, I had the honor of visiting and inaugurating the S block of the High Court in this auditorium. The continued support of the members of the Delhi Bar Association is essential for the success of such initiatives. In a sense, today's inaugural completes the digitization loop. The Delhi High Court has been at the forefront on e-filing, on digitization, on virtual courts, and now to provide for inspection of the digitized records completes the entire circle, so to speak. In many ways, I believe that though we lay down law for the whole country, the Delhi High Court is way ahead of the Supreme Court in the facilities which are provided, not just to the judges, but to lawyers and to the litigants as well. So we generally tend to follow the Delhi High Court, not the least of the reason for which is that we have such a strong contingent of the Delhi High Court in the Supreme Court at all times, and justifiably so. So we have been following the Delhi High Court in many ways. I was in touch with Justice Rajiv Shakdar when the Delhi High Court implemented the neutral citations. I said, why don't we now expand this to the rest of the country? Why should this only be confined only to the Delhi High Court? So Kerala has done it, various other high courts have done it, and now the Supreme Court is on the anvil of having neutral citations. But the great danger of replicating what the Delhi High Court is doing is that we might be accused of intellectual piracy in the Supreme Court. So I thought to obviate this criticism that, we are pirating on what is being done by the dynamic judges of the Delhi High Court, I can borrow the intellectual capital of the Delhi High Court into the Supreme Court. So then I've constituted this committee called the Monitoring and Implementation Committee as part of the E-Committee of the Supreme Court to shoulder part of my burden in the E-Committee, consisting of Justice Rajiv Shakdar. Then we have Justice Raja Vijayaraghavan from the Kerala High Court, Justice Suraj Govindraj from the Karnataka High Court, and Justice Anup Chitkara from the Punjab and Haryana High Court. because I thought that, we must pass on the baton to the younger generation and create administrative skills, the capacity for learning, the capacity for understanding India beyond the confines of our own high courts. So before I deal with what we are here for today, I must share with you that this is part of my mission, that our work in the Supreme Court must also be facilitative to creating a new band of judges who will be looking for the future of the Indian judiciary. And what better way to equip our young judges for the future of the nation and of our judiciary than to really get them involved in national projects which we are doing. So instead of holding these projects close to our heart in the Supreme Court, I think the important need of the hour is for us to open up to new ideas. And I dare say the ideas which we get from the younger judges of the high courts are just mind-boggling. Very often I get WhatsApps which I tend to read on long flights when there's not much of file work and other things to be done. And the kind of input which I get from younger judges of the high courts from across India really is a cause for great optimism for the future of the Indian judiciary. So much for what work has been going on that end. The judiciary has the unenviable task of delivering justice in a period of both challenges and groundbreaking opportunities. The IT revolution constitutes a resource which has changed the way we work together and envisage the justice delivery mechanism. Technological innovations by the judicial system should be designed to meet the needs of all its users: judges, court staff, lawyers, litigants, self-represented litigants, community leaders, researchers, and the public at large. The Delhi High Court has been at the forefront of modernizing courts in the country through the role of information technology. In fact, the first paperless court in the country was established in Delhi itself back in 2009. All the courts of Delhi High Court can now function as e-courts and have been conducting their court proceedings through video conferencing, in addition to physical hearings from time to time. Your initiatives such as online e-filing, web links dedicated to mentioning of urgent matters, digitized case records, video conferencing, have enhanced the robustness of a sustainable future court system prevailing in the Delhi High Court. Technology has become a powerful tool in the legal system, improving efficiency, accessibility, and accuracy in the administration of justice. However, the success of any initiative and innovation, whether in law or in technology, depends on the ability to collaborate with stakeholders and incorporate critical feedback of those who will be using it. The Supreme Court had recently organized a pilot hackathon to explore practical propositions for bringing in efficiency in the existing process, from filing to listing of judicial matters, and in the process facilitate participatory design. I had requested my distinguished colleague, Justice Sanjay Kishan Kaul, to preside over the hackathon, and we got some remarkable input from lawyers, from law clerks, from our registry staff. The idea was to have a limited hackathon to start with, because we were implementing this for the first time. The next step is for the Supreme Court to organize Hackathon 2.0, which would be open for everyone to participate. So we will have talent from across the country responding to what should be done to make a modern court system truly efficient. These kinds of feedback loops enable us to continuously improve technology to better serve the administration of justice. An agile approach to piloting and implementing new e-services, which involves a willingness to test, to take feedback, adapt and change, would go a long way. Helpful feedback from the community allowed the IT committee of the Delhi High Court to address specific needs of judicial officials, court staff, and legal professionals, and issues that arose during the implementation of the former e-inspection software. The e-inspection software that we are inaugurating today has been redeveloped to allow its use not only by officers of the inspection branches, but also by advocates and litigants, which is crucial, because we then take our services to the doors and homes of litigants and all the advocates who are crucial stakeholders in the system. Earlier, young members of the bar had to wait for hours at a stretch to inspect files and have access to the court records. We all remember our early days. This newly inaugurated software allows for an instant electronic review of court documents, making the process more efficient and convenient. Once an e-application is found to be suitable, the entire court record along with office notings is instantly shared via email in a searchable PDF format. Inspection can now happen from any location, saving time and reducing unnecessary burden on alamads and the officer in charge of record rooms. Online e-inspection software is a step in the right direction of a sustainable transformation of our justice delivery system. The next step would be taking this initiative forward and implementing it in all the high courts, the Supreme Court, and most critically, the district courts. The district judiciary plays a crucial role in ensuring access to justice for citizens at the grassroots. E-inspection of judicial records at the district level would reduce our dependence on physical document handling and would allow us to move beyond the constraints of space. It is essential to ensure that such online services are compatible with most used browsers, screen reading software, that they can be operated with ease on mobiles or devices with a low bandwidth, and most importantly, they do not contribute to the digital divide. We must ensure that the principles of procedural and substantive fairness, due process, transparency, and equal access are made integral to the process of adoption of new technologies. Just to share with you in less than 2 or 3 minutes some of the new initiatives which I've adopted since the 9th of November as part of our technology mission. We have a new Justice mobile app, a mobile app which has access to information, first and foremost to advocates on record, to journalists, to litigants, to government departments, to every stakeholder of the system. So the idea is to provide through the Justice mobile app, which is now freely circulated by the Supreme Court and by the E-Committee, free access to the entirety of the record and to information about cases which are filed in the court. The second thing which I was really working on for the last 6.5 years, but quite unsuccessfully, was that we have judgments since 1950 in the physical form, namely the Supreme Court reports which constitute the official reports of the Supreme Court. But these reports were available only in a paper form, which meant that any young lawyer who has to have access to online case reports had to access private software. So over the last 2 months, we have got the Supreme Court reports transformed into the ESCR, which I would really request the members of the Delhi Bar Association, and particularly in the younger junior lawyers, to freely utilize. The next step for us to use the neutral citations as part of the ESCR. The ESCR has an elastic search facility. So not only have we converted our paper files into digitized files, PDF files, but we have also made them compatible with a search engine through which you can search for case records of decided cases. As I said shortly before, the third important initiative is to have neutral citations. I had constituted a committee chaired by Justice Rajiv Shagdar, and the committee has given us the source code as well as a report on having neutral citations all across India. And I've already written to the Chief Justices of the High Courts so that neutral citations can now be provided by High Courts across India. Some of my colleagues asked me, what is the value of neutral citations? Neutral citations really ensure that irrespective of the law report which you use, there will be one format for the citation of all judgments of the High Courts and the Supreme Court across India in all judgments. We have launched an RTI online portal in the Supreme Court. I would request every High Court, including the Delhi High Court, to have its own online RTI portal so that we make the process of disclosure of information about our court under the Right to Information Act streamlined and accessible. A very interesting initiative which we adopted recently was to provide for electronic filing of appearance slips in the Supreme Court. The courtmasters used to handle a large number of papers every morning of slips being handed over for recording appearances. And there would be errors. The lawyers would come back with applications for correcting the orders because there was an error in writing down or typing down the appearance slips. So this is all obviated because the lawyers, through a simple process of an online portal, communicate the appearances which are directly transcribed into judicial orders. We are on the anvil of shortly launching the e-filing software. We had an e-filing software of sorts, but it has been substantially upgraded. It is in the process of now completing the security audit, and we are on the anvil of now launching e-filing in the Supreme Court. Another very important initiative which we have adopted recently is our initiative for translation of the judgments of the Supreme Court in regional languages. Because we must understand that the language which we use, namely English, is a language which is not comprehensible, particularly in its legal avatar, to 99.9% of our citizens. In which case, really, access to justice cannot be meaningful unless citizens are able to access and understand in a language which they speak and comprehend the judgments which we deliver, whether in the High Courts or in the Supreme Court. I've constituted a committee chaired by Justice Abhay Oka, a very dynamic judge of the Supreme Court on all aspects of the administration. And the first step which we have taken is to ensure that Supreme Court judgments will be now translated in at least 4 languages, to start with Hindi, Tamil, Gujarati, and Oriya. Now, our mission really for this is that every High Court should have a committee of 2 judges, one of whom should be a judge who is drawn from the district judiciary because of their sheer width of experience. Most of them have written judgments in those languages. I know, for instance, in the state of Uttar Pradesh, where I was the Chief Justice for 3 years, the judges wrote their judgments in Hindi. Likewise, in various other states, this also takes place. So our idea is now that the High Courts will also appoint their own retired judicial officers, apart from their own translators, for verifying the machine translation of the Supreme Court judgments. We are in the process. There's a software called Suvas, which has been developed. There are 2 very distinguished professionals, Professor Mitesh Khapra of IIT Madras and Dr. Vikram Raghavan, who have been collaborating with the Supreme Court, together with Ms. Sharmishta Dasgupta, the Deputy Director General of the National Informatics Center. And together, we are now creating a team whereby they will use machine learning for the translation of Supreme Court judgments in various Indian languages. But machine learning still requires verification. As you know, even when you digitize files, the quality of the digitized file has to be certified by our own officers. So we are now tapping into the talent of retired judicial officers who will be paid by the Supreme Court from out of its own resources for the work which they can do even sitting at home. They don't have to come to the precincts of the High Court to verify whether the translation has been done correctly. Because you need this verification. For instance, we begin almost every judgment where we are making a civil appeal out of a special leave petition by saying leave granted. Now, if you were to translate leave granted directly into Hindi, the translation would be Avkash Prapt Ho Gaya. Now you don't want a citizen to be told that, the first sentence in your judgment is Avkash Prapt Ho Gaya. But you have to therefore ensure that the translation which is done by the machine actually accords with our understanding of the translation. We have a monitoring and implementing committee in the E-Committee of the Supreme Court, which is in place. And Justice Shagdar spoke about it. I spoke about it a short while ago. And I do believe that the Monitoring and Implementing Committee will now take this mission of what is happening in some of the high courts which are ahead of the learning curve. Delhi is ahead of the learning curve. There are other high courts like Kerala is certainly way ahead of the learning curve. You have Madhya Pradesh, which has been doing some remarkable work. You've got other high courts also which are doing some great work. Karnataka is ahead of the learning curve. But what is being done by these high courts should not remain in a silo within our own courts. And this must spread to the rest of the country as well. So the idea of setting up this monitoring and implementing committee, apart from giving a national platform for young judges, and I do believe, notwithstanding what Justice Shagdar said, that you are at least young at heart, if not young in age as well, is to give a platform for our judges to sort of create a national tool, a national platform for sharing and allowing other high courts to learn from our experiences. Well, I congratulate each and every member of the IT committee of the Delhi High Court and the court officers whose hard work and dedication to the cause of harnessing technology have made events like this evening possible. Visiting the high courts to support and encourage such important initiatives taken by the officers is something which I hold close to my heart. I'm eagerly looking forward to see how technological innovations by the Delhi High Court continue to make it easier for citizens to navigate the legal system. And before I conclude, I must share with you a decision which we just took a short while ago, which was why I was late by 5 minutes. I was in a conversation with the building committee of the Supreme Court. Me and Justice Kaul sat with the building committee, consisting of Justice Sanjeev Khanna, Justice Bhushan Gavai, Justice Suryakant, Justice Nagaratna, Justice Vikram Nath, I mentioned his name. And we were wondering about how to now think of the Supreme Court of India and its facilities, say, for the next 50 years. Because somebody has to do it sometime. The work has to be initiated by someone. It will be completed, of course, way beyond our times. Your building here took almost 8 years to see reality. But the first decision which we took is that next Monday, and I just took the permission of the Chief Justice, Justice Satish Sharma, that next Monday, the building committee, accompanied by me and by the loyal 2 judges of the Supreme Court who are former judges of the Delhi High Court, shall troop into the precincts of the Delhi High Court next Monday afternoon at 3 o'clock. We are going to examine the new courtrooms, see your new parking lot, which I believe the lawyers are not using too much. I wonder why. And then try and replicate some of these initiatives for the Supreme Court. So I would only request the Delhi High Court, please continue to do what you are doing. You're being watched and followed as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lordship. We are grateful to you for sparing your valuable time, coming here, blessing us, and encouraging the IT team of the High Court of Delhi in all these IT initiatives. Now I'd like to request our erudite and virtuoso President, Mr. Mohit Mathur, President, Delhi High Court Bar Association, to deliver a vote of thanks. I must mention that without the cooperation and association of Delhi High Court Bar Association, delivering and executing these ICT initiatives could have been possible, and we have always received the best possible cooperation from the Bar of the Delhi High Court. Sir, please.
Good evening, everyone. I'm honored to present the vote of thanks to this August gathering in our newly constructed S block. As my Lord the Chief Justice of India said, and I also recall my days as a young lawyer, where our seniors would continue to stress on the inspection of the files to update them. I urge the younger members, especially, to take benefit of this now e-inspection service and the software. So you don't have to wait in the queues to get into the inspection room with your sharpened pencils. You can access the record with the click of a button. I'm confident the system will benefit all the members of the bar. Given its easy-to-use interface and demonstration that was just presented to us, I feel that even the technologically challenged and computer illiterates like me would find this system easy to learn and handle. I'm grateful to the Honorable Chief Justice of India, Dr. D.Y. Chandrachud ji, for taking out time from his ever-busy schedule to be with us today. I'm aware, sir, you are deeply invested in making our courts more accessible and transparent for the citizenry. Today, we take another step towards the same. On behalf of this institution and the bar, I thank you for being here today to inaugurate our new software for online inspection. And from what I hear from Justice Shagdar, I also thank you for taking out time to meet our bar members, since it definitely enthuses us. And sir, I will just add from what you just said, sir, Delhi High Court Bar will always be for the betterment of this institution, and we shall have more firsts which you can follow, sir. We are thankful to the Honorable Chief Justice of our Delhi High Court, Shri Satish Chandra Sharma ji, for guiding us and inspiring us to develop such useful tools for the benefit of the bar and the institution. Our heartfelt gratitude for his unwavering support for such initiatives. I thank the IT committee of the Honorable High Court for delivering a much needed and a welcome software for the online inspection of court records. Justice Shagdar, as its chairman, along with Justice Sachdeva, Justice Sanjeev Narula, Justice Talwant Singh, and as I'm informed, Justice Naveen Chawla and Justice Pratibha Singh, earlier members. I thank all of you, sir, for your efforts and support in creating a seamless inspection mechanism for the members of the bar. Allow me to conclude by expressing our gratitude to all the honorable judges of our High Court, our registry officials, our IT cell of the High Court, and the technical team of experts who helped create a unique state-of-art system for inspection. I also thank my executive committee and the former office bearers who are present today here, and the learned Additional Solicitor General, who have always supported all endeavors for the benefit of the members of the bar and for the consumers of justice. Lastly, I thank all of you for joining us today when we take our cherished High Court to yet another level and become torchbearers for bringing out a much desired step in the ongoing digital revolution in our legal world. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for your kind address. And I must acknowledge the support always given by the executive members and the office bearers of the Delhi High Court Bar Association in making these initiatives successful. Now we are going to proceed for the national anthem, and after that we'll be proceeding for the high tea. And I will request the House after the national anthem to be seated till the dignitaries leave the auditorium. National anthem, please.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Thank you, all of you.